Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft Survival Let's Play. So it feels like it's been ages since I recorded the last episode. I think it was about 3 weeks ago now. But I took a little bit of a break over Christmas. I kind of lost some motivation to play on the world. But I took a bit of a break and then I got it back, so I've actually been busy on the world over the last week or so. I was going to record a video and then upload it last weekend. But I actually got coronavirus over the new year, so I couldn't really record a video. I had a sore throat and I was coughing all the time. So that's why this video is a little bit later than I planned. But even though I wasn't recording any videos, I did still play on the world. And I made a little bit of progress around the base. So I dug this down all the way to the bottom. And you can see that I've got all 5 of the platforms or the floors in place now. I do still need to decorate the bottom 3, but I'll do that at some point. It doesn't take too long now, I know what I'm doing. And there's still a lot more digging to go down there. Like I mentioned in the last episode, the bottom of this is going to be like an entrance to the underground with all of the new terrain and stuff. I've got a few plans for it. I don't really know exactly how it's going to go, but I do know that there's still going to be a lot of digging to be done. And I just came to the bedroom to try and sleep because it's almost night time outside. And I actually just remembered that a lot of my animals just seem to have despawned. I had a dog on here, I had some axolotls in there. I had some pigs and cows up at the top, and I also had some parrots over there, and the wither skeletons as well actually. If I just fly over to the nether portal area, the wither skeletons despawned as well. I don't really know what it is, like these were name tagged, but everything just seems to have despawned. And then if I also go in here, I had some paintings around the place, like on these sections here. I had one on the door back there. This was like a little secret room that I had. I was going to do something with this eventually, and then I had a few other paintings like up there, and they all just kind of disappeared. I don't really know why or what happened, but they just completely disappeared one day when I loaded up the world, and then I went and got the dog back and I put the axolotls back in there, and then they disappeared again. So it's something to do with like leaving the world and then loading it back up. So yeah, there's a little bit of a problem there, and I don't think I'm going to get any more animals until the game's been updated and that's changed. And you might have noticed that this has actually changed. So before it was a little bit smaller. And if you remember when I got the axolotls in there, I called them Patrick, Squidward and SpongeBob. And then I said I was going to build the houses in there. And that's kind of what I've tried to do here. So, you know, that's Patrick's house, Squidward's house, and then SpongeBob's house. So I had to make it a little bit bigger and move the wardrobe and stuff over. But I do actually like how it looks. So eventually when the game gets updated, I will put the axolotls back in there and name them again. And hopefully they don't despawn or get like deleted from the world or whatever happened. But anyway, I actually spent a little bit more time building around the base during my time off. So you can see over here I've built a lighthouse. Now this wasn't too hard to build, it didn't take long at all, probably like 20 or 30 minutes. But I spent a long time like building this little bit of terrain for it to go on top of. And there's still a lot of work to be done. I'm not really good at this stuff usually. I kind of like how this looks here, but I think there might be too many leaves. So I might have to mess with this a little bit. And then once I've got this bit right, I'm going to copy it around all of the outside. You can see if I just fly around here, there's still all of this side to do. And I pretty much built all of this by hand. Like none of this was natural, but I am quite happy with how it's turning out so far. And once I've got all of this done, I can build like a bridge from here to there or something like that, or maybe a diagonal one there. And I also want another bridge over here as well. So there's going to be a bridge here, and it's going to go over to this, and I think this is going to be my new strip mining area. So this is going to go all of the way down to the new terrain, which I think the best level to mine for diamonds is like Y level minus 56 or something like that, is what I've heard. So this is going to be my new strip mine, so I'm going to have a little bridge over to that as well. So I'm just going to be working on this off camera over the next few weeks, and then once it's done I'll show it again in a video. But there's a lot of work to do on the outside, and I've also got a little bit of interior to be doing as well. So I split it up into 5 different floors, and I just get smaller as I go upwards. I don't really know what to build in here, like what do you build inside a lighthouse? I don't really know. And the scaffolding's not going to stay here either. I'm going to try and do a spiral staircase going all of the way up. I think there's one more floor here, and then the next one is like right at the top where I can come out, just beneath the lights. So I can come all the way up here, and then there's a little balcony, and then I can just jump off through the rails. So I think the lighthouse in general looks nice. There's just a lot more work to be done around the outside and then a little bit of interior. And there's actually one more project that I've been working on during my time off, and that is the mob farm over here. So I started this in like episode 3 or episode 4, but I don't really AFK at this thing too often because I didn't have the item sorting system down below. It was kind of annoying because I had to sort it all out by hand every time I stayed AFK. It took a long time. So what I've gone and done is I've made all of the item sorting and the filters and stuff like this. So you can see all of the water streams, and no, I didn't mean to fall there. So I'll try and explain what's going on down here. It's actually really simple, even though it might look a little bit complicated. So the minecart hoppers go up and down the tracks and they pick up any of the mob drops that like get dropped on top of there. So pick up any of the items, and then each of the minecarts has its own minecart unloading system. So you can see the minecart goes on top of there and drops off any of the items in there. So I built this a long time ago, I showed it on camera and stuff. So all I've added is this little dropper clock. So the items used to go into a chest, but now they go into this dropper right here. So there's a hopper going into another hopper into the dropper. And I've just put these half slabs on top so nothing can spawn. And then I've got the simple little bit of redstone down here, you can see it all right there. And this just means that any items that get put into this dropper will get shot straight out into the water stream. So this is the exact same for all of the unloading systems, there's 12 of them overall. So all of the items get shot into water streams, then they all meet up in this middle water stream which just goes all the way around in a big circle. And then it ends up over here in this item elevator or the bubble elevator. So all of the items get shot upwards. And this is the top of there where all of the items come up to. So you can see they just come up the bubble elevator and then they go along to all of these item filters. So they'll just go around until the correct filter and then they'll get dropped down into the chest. So I've built this loads of times before in different projects, but it's just a simple item filter. So whatever item is in here, that is what item can go through. So the first one is string. So if I throw the string there, it will get picked up by the first hopper. And then you can see actually down here. So all of these are for string, and then there's a few witch drops here. All of the gunpowder, and then a few of these, just like more witch drops, and then the bones at the end. So that's not actually all of the items that get sorted through this system, there's actually 2 more that I don't really want to keep. So you can see all of the item filters around here. This is the bone, which is the last one that I'm going to store down in the storage room, and I've got 2 more filters right here. So rotten flesh, and then arrows. I just don't really need these items too often. I have stored a little bit over there, but I just don't really use them. Especially the rotten flesh. I don't really see the point of having loads of arrows either, because if you have infinity on your bow, you don't really need them. So you can see the rotten flesh and arrows get stored down here for now. And that's just because I do want to put a few in the chest over there. But once I've done that, I'm going to start burning all of these in lava, I just don't need them anymore. But anyway, that's everything that I managed to do during my time off. I did actually want to spend a little bit more time on this project and try to finish it before recording today's episode. But I ran into a little bit of a problem. So if I look at the floor from up here, you can see I went for a little bit of a basalt design in the middle, and I do like how it was coming along. But the problem is I just completely run out of basalt, and it's kind of hard to get in the nether unless you go to like the certain biomes and stuff. So I thought instead of going to the nether and getting it, I could just build a farm for it instead, and then I can get it a lot easier. So it's quite a simple farm to build, I think. So what I'm going to do is head over to the base, get some materials together, and then I'm going to go and build this in the farming district. So I'll be back in a minute once I've got all of my materials together. Okay, I've got all of the materials together that I'm going to be using to build this thing. And I've also just laid out where it's going to go. So it took me a little while to figure out where I wanted it to go. But if I fly up here, you can see I'm in the farming district, and this is in the bottom right hand corner. And like all of the other farms in this area, I usually try to make them look nice. I'm not so bothered about efficiency as long as the farms work and then they look nice. So that's what I'm going to be doing over here. And I thought it'd be a good idea if I had a little fortress or a temple to like enter. So I'm going to be building a nether fortress or a nether temple. And then I'm going to be going down underneath the ground, and that's where the basalt farm's going to be. So I've got all the blocks here. It's mostly just nether brick. I've got some red nether brick and some blackstone. This is actually all of the blackstone I've got left. I don't know how much of this I'm going to be using, but I might have to go and get some more from the nether. Then I've got some buckets of lava. I'm going to need a lot more of those for the design. And then I also need a few more for the farm itself. This is most of the stuff I'm going to use for the actual farm, and then I've got all of these buckets to get more lava whenever I'm ready to do that. So I think this is everything I should need apart from the extra lava. So I'm just going to get to building this. I'm going to work on the fortress or the temple, whatever it is. And then once I've got the room underneath built, I'll come back and I'll build the farm on camera. It's pretty simple, but I'll quickly build it on camera. So I'll be back once I've built this. Okay, so this is what I managed to come up with. And usually when I build something on this world, I will go into creative and come up with a few different designs. And then I'll come back over onto this world and then build the best design. But this time I just kind of did it in survival without testing it out in creative first. So I kind of like how it turned out, considering I didn't actually plan it or anything like that. But this is the temple that is at the top. And you can see that I've used a nether brick and then the red nether brick. If I fly up a little bit, you can actually see I've got some lava up above here as well. You can't really see it from down below, but I just thought I'd put that up there anyway. And then this is just a big entrance that goes down into the farm. But before I go down there and show you what I've done, I just want to talk about a few of the other farms around here. So a few of them are broke at the moment. So this is the slime farm. And for some reason the slimes no longer see the snow golems in the walls. The snow golems see the slimes but not the other way around. I don't know if that got changed in the latest update. But I'm going to have to mess with that. I'll probably have to get some iron golems in the wall instead. And I've got the sugarcane farm here. The minecart hopper underneath has disappeared, and that's the same for the melon farm and the pumpkin farm. So none of these items are getting collected. I did actually put them back, and then they disappeared again once I logged off the game and then came back on today. So I'm going to have to fix all of this. And the other one that's broke is the sheep farm. So for some reason loads of these sheep have just disappeared. I think from the white ones over there all of the way down here to the blue ones. So you can see these ones are here, and these ones are here, and these ones, but everything from here onwards, they've all just despawned. So that's similar to what happens around the base where all my animals despawned. So I'm going to have to sort this out and get all of these sheep back in place, which is going to take a little while. So I don't really know what's going on with all of these animals despawning and like the minecart hoppers despawning. Luckily the axolotls are still here. It took me a long time to get all of these different colours in. Yeah, I don't really know why they're despawning all the time. It's probably just a bug in the latest update, and I hope it gets fixed pretty soon. But anyway, if I head down here, you can see what I've got going on. So I've not really spent too much time decorating the walls and stuff. I'll probably come back and do something here later on. But I've just got a little walkway down here going across, and this is where I'm going to build the farm in the open space at the end. But I've just gone for a pretty simple design. So there's a lot of redstone bricks around. I've just got some basalt thrown in the corners, and then I've got lava down below. It did actually take a long time to get all of this lava down here. It was like 6 shulker boxes full of lava buckets, and I managed to get all of the source blocks. I think it looks a lot better than having the running lava around. And I was thinking I'll probably add something into the walls at the side. Like there's quite a big open space on each side. I'm not really sure what to add just yet. Maybe some lava like coming down or something. But if anyone's got any ideas for what I could do there, just let me know down in the comments. And I'll probably do this in the next episode. And at the end here, like I said, this is where the farm's going to go. And then I've just got loads of storage on each side. So I don't really need this many chests, but I'll probably just stock up on quite a lot of basalt. And then if I ever need it for another project, I can just easily come down here and collect it from the chest. And then I can go and start on the project straight away. And you might have noticed that I've actually got some basalt in here, and I've used quite a lot around here as well. And that's just because I built a temporary farm up here. So this is the same design that I'm going to be building down there, but I'm going to do it on camera. So basically just stand here with a pickaxe and then mine the basalt. It gets picked up by the minecart hoppers and goes into the chest. Then it just keeps regenerating, so it's quite a simple farm, it doesn't take long to build. I'm just going to get the resources out of these shulkers and stuff, and then I'll go build it. Okay, I think this is all of the materials that I'm going to need here. And you do get a few of these materials back, like the pistons and the levers and the rails. I'm just going to see if I can remember how to build it from memory here. So I'm going to dig 4 blocks behind the chest, and then just put 4 hoppers down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, all going into the chest. So now I need to get some minecart hoppers on top of these blocks, and this can be a little bit annoying because they start pushing each other around. So I'm going to get the rails down first, I think. So I found that the best way to get the rails on top was to put some blocks on top of the hoppers, then put some blocks at each side like this. So just 4 blocks like this, and I'm actually going to put a stair right here upside down. So this is where I'm going to be standing, and then the basalt's going to spawn in here or generate here. So this is the first hopper, which is going into the chest just below this block. So I'll start off by putting the rail there, and then I can put a minecart hopper on top. Then if I break this block and then break that block, it falls straight on top of the hopper. So now I can just repeat that. So I'll put a block down, and then the rail, and then the minecart hopper, break this block, and then break that block, and it falls straight down. And I can do it again here, a block, a minecart rail, a minecart hopper, break that block, and then break that one. And then I can just do it on the final block here, break this, and then that's all of the minecart hoppers in place. And I really hope these don't despawn at any point, because if they do, I would have to destroy the entire farm and then build it again. It's not really a big farm or a difficult one, but I still don't want to destroy it just to rebuild it again. So next up what I need to do is get some soul soil in the same block as the minecart hoppers. And the way to do this is to put it just above the minecart hoppers like this. And then you need to place some blocks that are going to be 1 block above that. So I'm going to destroy these in a second, but they need to be here for now. And then I can get my pistons, and I need to put the pistons facing down on this block. It's kind of annoying doing this on Bedrock Edition, but if I break these quickly I should be able to just place them all facing down like this. And I shouldn't have pushed any of the minecart hoppers. I can just put these blocks back. So now if I put a lever on each of these and then push them down one by one, you can see the soul soil goes down into the block. And then I can just destroy all of this stuff that I placed above because I don't need this. So we're actually almost done with the farm already. So I've just built up a little bit around the outside, and this is going to keep the lava in the farm and it's not going to flow out. But before I place the lava I need to get the blue ice in place, so this can go on either side. I'm just going to put it on that side. It does actually have to be blue ice, you can't use packed ice, it doesn't work. So it's quite expensive if you don't have an ice farm. It takes I think like 80 something ice for each blue ice. So it's not the easiest block to get, but you only need 4 of it, so it's not a big deal. And then on the other side I can place the lava. So you should see instantly the basalt will start to form. And this doesn't actually need to be source blocks, but I'm just going to make it source blocks anyway. And that is pretty much the farm done, but I just want to build up on top of this a little bit. So I'm just going to put a cover on the roof. There's no real reason for this, but I'm just going to do it anyway. But if you're going to build this above ground, it's not a very big farm, so it should be quite easy to decorate around the outside. And I've actually run out of red nether brick. But I wanted to build this farm underground just so I could have it like this hidden away behind like a wall. Okay, and that's the farm completely finished now. So I've just covered it all up behind the wall. So when I want basalt I just got to come and stand here. And I think I've actually missed a block right there behind this stair. So if I break this I should just be able to place it in. And then I can place that right there. So now I think it's completely finished. So every time I need basalt I can just come over here and get it quite easily. And I am a little bit scared that maybe a creeper might come down these stairs and then pathfind towards me while I'm using this if I'm AFK. So I might have to just like cover this up when I'm staying AFK just to make sure that doesn't happen. But this project is pretty much complete now. Like I said, I think I want to do something on both of these walls at the side. Then I definitely want to do something on the stairs on the way down just so it's not so plain. But apart from that, everything's completed. It shouldn't really take too long to add those changes either. So now that I've got the basalt, I thought I'd come over here and finish the floor at the mob farm. But you can see if you look around, all of the minecart hoppers around here have also despawned. So it's just getting annoying at this point, like this is 12 minecart hoppers that have all despawned. It's happening every time I leave the world and then come back on. Not only is it using a lot of my iron, and I don't have an iron farm at the moment, but it's also just annoying going around placing them all again. So I really hope this is just a bug that's going to get fixed. I don't know if anyone else is having this problem, but anyway I did actually manage to finish the floor over here, and I really like how it turned out. So I've got the basalt and then the polished basalt together in like different directions and stuff. I just really like how it looks. And if you're wondering why I've got grey carpet here, it's just to hide a little bit of lighting. I really don't want any creepers or anything spawning in here, so that's why. And I did actually use this farm a little bit overnight because I recorded the intro for this video yesterday. And then I'm going to do the outro just after this. But you can see all of the gunpowder that I managed to get overnight, so at least 2 double chests, almost 3 double chests there, in one overnight session, which was about 8 or 9 hours. I've got plenty of string and bones and stuff as well. You don't really get too many of these drops because they're from witches and not too many witches spawn around here. But the main reason I built this farm anyway was for the gunpowder, so I could get rockets and TNT. And now that I've got this storage room set up with all of the item filters and stuff, I'm probably going to stay AFK at this thing more often. It was just kind of annoying before sorting all of the items out manually by hand after every AFK session, but now I've got this set up, I'll definitely be using it more. And I do want to come back pretty soon in a future episode and finish the roof. And once I've done that, this farm is pretty much completed, apart from the nether portal, which I think I said this earlier, I'm not going to do this until I've got the nether portal or the nether hub set up. And I think I actually want to get better at finishing my projects in 2022. I've got a lot of projects that I've almost finished and then I've just kind of left them and I've not actually finished them. I think an episode in the future, probably pretty soon, I'm just going to go around some of my old projects and see if I can get all of them finished. I actually just want to check in this nether chest over here because I can't remember if I got the basalt, but I did actually get it already, so I don't need to go and check that off the checklist. And I know someone's going to mention about the smooth basalt, I think it's called, but that wasn't actually in the game when I made this checklist, so I'm going to be adding that later on once I've collected all of the items that got added in the 1.17 update. But anyway, that's everything that I wanted to do in today's episode. I'm not really sure what I want to do in the next episode just yet, but I think I might work on the lighthouse a little bit more. So I'll at least try and get the terrain around the outside done. I'm not sure about the interior yet, I might leave that a little while, but I at least want to get the outside done, just so it's looking nice like the house over there, and then I can start on the next project around here, which I think I want to have a barn over here somewhere. I think that's probably going to be the next project around the base that I'm going to work on. But before I start that, I do want to finish the lighthouse. So I might work on it a little bit in between episodes, but if not, I'll be doing it in the next episode. But anyway, I hope that everyone enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.